Hey, I'm Satchel from Bike Mag, and I'm here to talk about my brand new Santa Cruz Megatower Dream build. My very first time ever on camera. I could cut in a couple little gooberies. I was lucky enough to ride a bunch of different bikes this year, and the Megatower was hands down my favorite. The trails I ride every day are fast, rough, and aggressive, and I absolutely love being on a bike that just eats that up no problem. The Megatower is absolutely that. Of course, that's not really a huge surprise because this is a 160mm 29er with 170 millimeters of fork travel. The thing that really impresses me about this bike is how lightweight and nimble it also feels. For such a capable bike, for me it really is an awesome all-rounder. I've only been on this bike a couple weeks, but I feel like I've already put it through its paces pretty well. Done some big, long fire road grinds up in Northern California, some steep, loamy descents, some flowier, flatter, smoother, more playful stuff, and plenty of pretty rough, aggressive stuff down here in Southern California. And the Megatower has handled all that with ease. Now, I'm not saying that this is every person's everyday trail bike, of course. It's a lot of bike. But I'm someone that really values downhill performance over everything else. And this delivers that in a package that also is pretty fun everywhere else I've ridden it. And this bike is very much decked for the downs because that's what I'm focusing on. For the suspension, I went with awesome Fox bits front and rear. So in the back, I've got the Fox DHX2 coil shock, which on this platform feels super good. It's super supple and takes the big hits really well. I love how I can just dip my heels into the travel a little bit and kind of pop wherever I want to go on the trail. Up front, the Megatower usually comes with a 160mm fork, but I chose to go with a 170 Fox Factory Grip 2 36. It just gives it that much more stability. Now, probably the most unusual part of this bike is the Pacenti P-Dent bar and stem combo, which has a 20mm reach on the stem, essentially. I get a lot of funny looks and questions about the setup because it's not something that most people have ever seen or heard of before. But for me, that short reach makes a huge difference on such a long bike. Modern aggressive geometry is awesome, and I love how it feels on the down, but I'm someone with longer legs and a shorter torso, so the long reach can be a little bit tricky for me. And having that shorter stem really brings the bike back centered, just makes it way more manageable and controllable, flickable, nimble. I can pull the front wheel up when I want it. It just feels really good. Bolted on those handlebars, I have the Sensus Kyle Straight Meaty Paw grips, which is something I was a little hesitant to try at first. I don't have huge hands, so I didn't really think I would need a fat grip, but once I put them on, it was really hard to go back. They're super cushy, super comfy, and they do a lot for me to minimize arm pump and hand fatigue. For brakes, I went with Code RSCs. I really like the modulation and lever feel of the SRAM stuff, and these codes are absolutely never lacking in power. And those aren't the only shiny SRAM bits on the bike. I'm also super stoked to have the Axis drivetrain and dropper post. The new electronic shifting is a dream for me, honestly. It's super precise, easy, powerful shifting. And the shifter lever just feels really good on my thumb, and it just requires very little effort or thought to make a perfect shift. The Axis reverb dropper feels as good or even better. It has absolutely instantaneous engagement, and it just works flawlessly and makes the bike feel that much nicer. For wheels, I went with Santa Cruz's Reserve carbon hoops. They have a really good ride feel. They're really poppy and agile feeling. I don't think I could ever break them, but if I did, they have a lifetime warranty, which means there's absolutely nothing to worry about. For tires, up front I have the Maxxis Assegai, which was designed by Greg Minar for conditions not unlike what I ride every day here in San Diego. It has gobs of traction and is super predictable in all the really loose, fast stuff that I ride. Out back, I have Maxxis' new Dissector tire, which they designed in collaboration with Troy Brosnan for loose over hard pack downhill tracks, which really is, again, not dissimilar to what I ride on an everyday basis. It's really fast rolling and has a bunch of bite in the turns, so that feels awesome. All of that is anchored to Chris King hubs, which have really quick engagement. They feel super good, they look super good, and they sound super good. This bike overall is super quiet, and when I'm going really fast, all I hear is the trail beneath me and the buzz of the hubs, which just sounds killer. For more touch points, I went with a Deity Speed Trap saddle, which is lightweight, low profile. It's comfortable in any position. I can move around super easily, and it looks really good too. Last but not least, one of my favorite bits of this bike and all the other bikes I've ridden the last couple of years is the Shimano St Pedals. They have a really nice wide cage on them, which makes for a great platform, both while you're in the pedal and out of it. When I'm clipped in, I do feel more support around the ball of my foot to stand on and push on in different angles. And if I do happen to come unclipped for any reason in a rough section or in a corner, and I can't get right back in, there is still something to stand on, which has saved me on more than one occasion. So that's my dream build. I love every bit of it top to bottom, but let us know if there's anything you'd change. Thanks for watching, and see you out on the trails.